Hi everyone, I am Karan and welcome to Karan's Gyan. Today I'll be talking about the reason Reliance Power made a lower circuit on the trading session of 3rd of July. As you know, Reliance Power has been on a roll since March. It has given investors as much as 400% returns, rising from its low of about 1 rupee 5 paisa to about 4 rupee 75 paisa as it is right now. As you can see, it made a lower circuit yesterday, and we'll try to get to the bottom of this. So before starting, I would tell you the market capitalization of Reliance Power is about 1,332 crores. All right. Anyways, we'll just start. So this is the BSE's website, Bombay Stock Exchange website, and if you're an investor in the stock market, you gotta look at Bombay Stock Exchange website every day, especially in this announcement column, because this announcement column gives you a brief idea about the announcement made by your companies, and gives you a brief idea about how the market is performing and what the direction the market can take fundamentally, not technically. So let us look at the announcement. So this announcement on 1st June, this should be where our focus. So this announcement says disclosures listed by entities of defaults on payment of interest. So basically, this announcement is by Reliance Power, and Reliance Power is giving a disclosure of its default on payment of interest. And on 2nd June, this is more or less a fishy announcement. I don't know. This kind of struck me as something really fishy. I would get to it. This is basically a clarification from Reliance Power to the exchange. So exchange basically asked Reliance Power to give them some clarification upon something unusual that is happening in the market, something very unusual that is happening in the market, and we'll get to it. So first we will talk about its default on payment of interest. So this is a circular from Reliance Power to the stock exchange, where it is telling that it defaulted on payment of interest. So it is saying the lenders of the company have agreed to work on a debt resolution plan along with the company and are in the process of implementing the same. Yeah, so let us look at the debt Reliance Power defaulted on. So basically, it defaulted on a term loan. The nature of obligation or the nature of debt was a term loan. It took a loan from Axis Bank and Yes Bank. So basically, it defaulted on the principal payment of rupees 5 crore due to Axis Bank, and interest of rupees 1 crore due to Axis Bank. As you see, number 1 is Axis Bank, number 2 is Yes Bank. It defaulted on interest of rupee 1 crore to Yes Bank. Talking about the obligation, basically these loans that they defaulted on, we'll talk about what are these loans, what is the structure of these loans. So it owes a principal amount of rupees 102 crores to Axis Bank. The loan has a tenure of 4 to 5 years. The interest rate on the loan is about 11.05% to 12.5% per annum. It is a secured loan. Again, secured loan is a loan in which the borrower pledges some assets as a collateral. So it is secured. That means Reliance Power has given some collateral to obtain this loan. Similarly, it owes a principal amount of rupees 63 crore to Yes Bank, and the tenure of this loan is 3 years. Interest rate is 11.45%. Again, this is a secured loan. Just so that you know, the outstanding borrowing of the company is about 1271 crores. As I told you to note a figure at the starting of the video. The figure was market capitalization of Reliance Power, and as you saw, market capitalization of Reliance Power is about 1334 crores. So look at the figure, the value of the company to the debt it has, which is astonishingly high, right? Anyways, let us move on to the second thing which I said I found to be really fishy. So this is a clarification. The clarification Reliance Power gave to the exchange. So this was on 2nd July. So it says subject is increase in volume. Okay, so I won't talk about this letter first. I'll talk about volume, basically increase in volume. So basically exchange uh, asked Reliance Power to clarify on their exceptional volume, like the volume was unusually high. So we look at the volume figures and how exceptionally high it was. So before going there, if you want to look at the past data, previous data, press archives of BSC and you can get past data. So past data, you can see date, open, high, low, close, volume, average price, number of shares, number of trades, total turnover, deliverable quantity, percentage of delivery, etc. etc. You get all the information here. So we look at number of shares because number of shares is the volume. So we look at the number of shares. So what does the number of shares say? So this clarification was on second. So this clarification was related to the volume traded on 1st of July. So let us see what is so unusual about it. Now if I see, there are about 12.8 crore shares that are being traded on, like the volume is about 12.8 crore. And if I see this volume compared to other shares, I mean other days, I see a day before it is about 63 lakh, 34 lakh, 21 lakh. I shouldn't look past first, I should look before first, because I should compare a figure to the past, not to the future, because as of now second and third hasn't come when the clarification was sought. The clarification was sought on first. So we look at the figures below before first. We are seeing the volume is less than 1 crore for like about 10 trading session. The volume has gone as high as 2.35 crores. Yeah, 1 crore, 1 crore, 40 lakh, 22 lakh. And you can see the highest volume after 12.8 crores is about 2.35 crores. And you see it is 6 times the highest volume it showed, and which is unusual, which is highly unusual. Even it is unusual for a trader like me. So something must have been fishy there. Maybe promoter is doing something, or there is some play happening. There's some insider play happening. We don't know that. Hence, BSC sought some clarification from the company. Let us look at what reply did Reliance give. So, the reply given by Reliance. Subject is increase in volume. References BSE email dated July 2, 2020. They say we refer to your above mentioned email seeking clarification from the company on caption subject, and we wish to inform you that the company cannot comment on the changes in the volume in the stock market. Appropriate disclosures would be made in accordance with applicable regulations, as well as disclosable events. I'm sorry, I'll read it out again. They say we refer to your above email seeking clarification from the company on captioned subject, and we wish to inform you that the company cannot comment on changes in volume in the stock market. They also say appropriate disclosures will be made in accordance with applicable regulations as and when any disclosable event occurs. So they're saying that well, we know there has been an increase in stock market. Like, look at how they are playing it. They are playing it very slyly. They are playing it very cunningly. They're saying that we cannot comment about the volume in stock market, the changes in volume in stock market. And they say even if we could comment, we won't comment right now. We would comment based on applicable regulations, and we would comment when we have to comment. So just so that you know, uh, the company gives its filings of changes in promoter holding when the quarter ends. So when the quarter ends, it gives how much the other promoter holding has changed, or gives activity of insider trades in the company during the quarter. And as you know, right now about quarter, this is July, is basically quarter 2. And if July 1st is when this exceptional volume happened, so you won't get to know what will happen in quarter 2, because quarter two's result would be 6 months later. That means there is some serious promoter play going on, or promoters are dumping their shares, they are reducing their shareholding. And what they are doing, god knows, maybe it can be a pump and dump scheme, or maybe it can be something else, but it is fishy. Because Reliance Power is not giving a straight up answer. It is saying appropriate disclosures will be made in accordance with applicable regulations. And when any disclosable event occurs, they're saying that if a disclosable event occurs, when we have to disclose it according to regulations, we'll disclose it. And it is the regulation that they're following. They're not telling you what is happening. They're saying we'll follow regulations and we'll tell you what has happened when the time has come. We won't tell you right now. We might know, we might not know. And I'm 100% sure they know what is happening, because this volume is exceptionally high. 12.8 crores is exceptionally high. Something is going on, right? So guys, this is my take on the lower circuit on Reliance Power. It's mainly because of its default, and mainly because I think there's some insider thing happening here, because even on 3rd July when a lower circuit happened, the number of shares traded was 6.8 crores. So maybe it's a pump and dump. Promoters think it's the best time to dump your shares when retail investors want the shares. So there's something up, and let us look at what is happening in the future. Alright, guys, I hope you like the video. Have a nice day.